And we're live. All right, let's send this out. Come on in. Happy Thursday. Come on in. Hey, Bella. Hey, everyone. Make sure you're sending this out to at least 2 or 3 people. We definitely want to make sure that we're going to be talking about ending your year soft. And so Bella and Colleen are going to be joining me. And it's going to be a great conversation. So as you're coming in, make sure you're sharing it. Hey, Bella.
Hello, hello. How's everyone doing?
How are you?
I am good. Busy, busy. How
You
are
look so
you?
cute. Do you
Yeah.
always wear your glasses?
During the day, yeah, when I'm
Okay.
like on my laptop and stuff.
It's cute, Bella.
You
Tomorrow's Friday. How you feeling?
ready for Friday? But also there's so much to do within the next because Christmas is in what, a week and a half, which is crazy. So I feel like there's so much to do, but how are you
It came
feeling?
quick. It came
Came
really quick.
so quick.
I'm looking forward to my time off because at my job they give us some time off for the holidays. So I'm super
Love
excited about
that.
that. Hey, Colleen.
Hello,
Hey
hello.
everybody.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Love it, love it.
All right, you guys. Today's conversation is ending your year soft. You guys are looking really soft today. I love your merch,
Thank
Colleen.
you. Well, yes, I had to represent.
Yes. Love it. Okay, so we're going to be talking about ending your year soft and what that looks like. And I'll just start because for me, I'm not on the level of Colleen or some of these, Fortune 500 CEOs, but I still feel like in my life, rest is important. And that's how I'm going to stay soft. I feel like a lot of times as women, when we're running, we're going, it can kind of toughen us up a little bit. And so I want to be super intentional in this last month with just resting, taking naps, because being soft to me is taking a nap when I need a nap, but also knowing like when to pause and when to go. And so I'm excited about 2026 this month. I've really just been like planning what next year is going to look like, talking to different people that I want to work with for different projects, and just being more strategic versus like having my hands in everything. So
Yeah.
that's what ending my year soft feels like. I'm taking vacations, I'm taking little trips here and there because I deserve it. It's been an amazing year. And so that's what I'm doing to stay soft.
Love it.
But let's hear it from you, Bella. What are you doing? You have Jexy, you have your dog mom club, you have
Yes,
your job, you have so much going on. How are
so
you staying
much.
so pretty and soft?
Don't get me wrong, I don't wake up looking like this, but I think honestly for these next few weeks before going into 2026, I've been doing a lot of like self-reflection in terms of what I need to pour into my own cup in order to show up for everybody in my life that I need to when it comes to my businesses and everything I'm doing there, but also my personal life. So I actually like just had a facial last night, which was much needed. So just doing little things like taking a few hours out of every week to do something just for me. When I take my dog on his walks in the morning, I don't have my phone on me,
That's
like
good.
completely disconnected from that. So just really, I think that's one of the biggest things I've struggled over the past few months is trying to figure out how can I do everything and be everything, but also still be there for myself and not feel that burnout that we all get. So just really taking like if I feel like I need a rest day, taking that rest day. So over these next few weeks, definitely gonna take some time with the family, celebrate Christmas, enjoy the New Year's, and be kind of disconnected from everything for a little bit so I can reset and just end my year on like as we're saying, a soft note and being in tune to where I want to be this time next year and how I want to start the new year.
I love how you said disconnecting and like putting your phone away sometimes because I
Yeah,
think sometimes we can get lost in what other people have going on, what's going
absolutely.
on in the world. And I think it's so important to just slow down and, step away. So that's good. I love that. What about you,
100%.
Colleen?
I think her connection's loading, it looks like.
Okay, I
Oh,
see
there
it
she
I
now.
is.
went, I went, yeah, because I went to send a quick text while you guys were talking. But
Okay.
let's see. Ending the year soft for me is I call it soft but not stagnant, right? Because I think rest
Mm,
is very effective. And for me, same thing, spending time with family, but also really assessing the business, well, both of them, right? The CEO Chick organization. For those who don't know who we are, let me just do a brief introduction. My name's Colleen Otero, founder of this amazing network, the CEO Chick Network, and I'm also the CEO of Your Branding Expert. I was once a celebrity hair and makeup artist, and I went from the beauty industry into branding. And so now I consult and partner with brands to help them show up on various platforms in order to draw their authentic client, right? Like in order to draw their ideal client, I guess I should say. But yeah, ending the year soft, that's what it means for me. It really means just being in tune, resting in God. You guys know I'm unapologetic about my faith. So resting and trusting in God, still showing up where I need to show up, right? So it doesn't mean all the time a total disconnect or a total cutoff. But it's still just really making sure I'm present, present when I'm
Yeah.
with my family, I'm present. When I am focusing on work, I'm present because we're getting ready for a huge 2026. And so I'm just excited about that altogether. One of the things I'm looking forward to the most is life offline. Like I think I almost feel like they talk about different industries having their bubble kind of burst, right? Like when something kind of reaches its capacity, it just like explodes. I really think we're going to just see so much more community again. Like when I started CEO Chicks in 2016, it was all about that offline experience, and I feel us coming back to that, and just really looking forward to making new connections, experiencing people in the real world. Now we have to say that in the real world, right? Like this is where we are. Like you actually have to physically
Facts.
say, it's not virtual. We're actually going to
Yeah.
meet up in the real world so people know that you're someone they can touch, feel. You're not a robot.
Mm-hmm.
You're not an AI voice. And so I'm really just looking forward to all of that, honestly.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I
an amazing year. I can't wait.
Such a good
Mhm.
year. And I love that you said not being completely disconnect, but being present, because
Yeah.
that's something that I, again, have been like super intentional about recently is when I'm with my family or I'm with my friends or have these plans or whatever it is that I'm doing. Obviously, I always have my phone on me, but it's not like there's going to be a circumstance where, like, if I don't respond to something within 30 seconds, something's going to go whatever which way. So I think it's important to, as much as we also like take content of everything that we do, to sometimes maybe like forget to take the content and just be present in,
Mhm.
the activity or the people that you're with. Because I think that definitely like slips our mind sometimes. I'm guilty of it for sure myself. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have this girls' night and take this content, but it's like, be excited to be with the girls, and just hang
Yeah.
out and do whatever. So I
Yeah.
love that you said that too. And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, like post later. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
Hmm.
you can capture it because we do. We have stuff we capture just so we can reminisce.
yep,
Like I'm
Hmm.
so grateful. Like I have footage of my kids, my toddlers, and their grandparents, random stuff too. Like
yeah,
nothing super curated or all that cute. No matching outfit. Nothing. You know what I mean? Like
just
just
the everyday.
yeah.
Hmm.
So and we will literally watch it for hours. My husband loves to go back and look at just
Some
different things
videos.
from the kids. Yeah. So it's like you can capture moments and just hold on to it and post it if you feel like it or
Yeah.
not have it for whatever purpose. But yeah, I think for me that's it. Soft is not stagnant. It really just means being super intentional, guarding your peace, above
Mhm.
all, right? So that you can really have the mental fortitude required to operate in your business, to operate in your family, to do the things you need to do to be the best version of yourself in essence. So That's what I'm excited
Absolutely.
about. What about you, Christy? What does it mean to you? Did you share like
I
you said
did.
I'm a
I
nap? You
did.
did. That's right. You were like, yeah,
Listen, one thing about me is I'm
when
going
I
to
need
take
to
a
nap,
nap.
I'm gonna nap.
If I need it, yes. If I need to rest, I have to because that's how I
Mhm.
recharge. If I'm just going, 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 I'm not producing at the highest level, at the
Yep.
highest quality because I'm so like worn down, right? And so I
Mhm.
have to pour back into myself in order to execute and to show up for my clients and show up for my job. And so, yes, for sure, I'm definitely Christy take a nap, Saint Cyr.
Hey, I love my naps, so I'm not gonna lie about that. That's for sure. I
Yeah,
don't
we used to
think,
Yeah.
take naps in school.
right? This is true. This is true.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So
good.
we
What
have
about
some questions, you guys.
okay.
Let's do it.
Um, so someone asked, I've been so busy and burnt out, but feel like I can't afford to pause or rest. Any tips? Like they feel like they can't afford it. Like if I stop, I'm not gonna make money. If I stop, I can't show up for the people who need me to show up. So what would you say? Colleen,
Go
let's start
for
with
it. Go.
you.
Oh yeah, okay. Um so you know, I understand that feeling, right? But it's also at the end of the day, if you can't shut it down, when do you shut it down? like
Yeah.
like when do you shut it down? Do you have to come to a place of complete exhaustion before you shut down? Because that's just not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a lot of questions. You know me, like questions lead to more questions for me,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can answer it to the best of my ability. But ultimately, you have to be able to figure out harmony
Yeah.
in everything that you're doing. You have to find a way for you to be able to shut down so that you can work. Because how do you work on your business if you're constantly working in it? Like, I just have so many questions about that. You really have to look at systems. You have to look at the four things I talk about all the time in building a successful brand. The number one thing is the manpower. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you have to have someone that's helping you with your business. You really, really do. You really, truly do. We cannot do entrepreneurship alone.
Mm-mm.
You don't have the skill sets of, every role. Like, no one is the best at the tech side, the finance side, the marketing side, the branding side. So you have to figure out how you can partner to get to where you have to go.
Yeah.
And when I hear that, it's just a lot of like, why? Like
Yeah.
why? Tell me why you're in this predicament and you feel like you can't stop.
Yes, gotta get to the root. Like, where does it start? Why do you feel like, you can't afford to? Because that's a big deal. If you can't afford to do something, you're now becoming a slave to the thing that you're supposed to be doing. So,
Right.
That's
Right.
supposed to give you freedom. You know what
Yeah.
I
mhm.
mean? It's supposed to
Yeah.
give you freedom. So those are the questions I have. What about you, Bella?
For me, a big thing, because I feel like that's something that we all struggle with at one point or another, especially starting as an entrepreneur. My routine, my schedule, and my boundaries are literally everything. Obviously, because I'm an entrepreneur, I have the freedom to make my own schedule and work from anywhere. But with that, you have to set boundaries. You have to still create some sort of schedule for yourself as if you are walking into an office every day and clocking in and clocking out, because that just helps create overall structure. And then you know what you're waking up to the next day. You have your morning routine, you have your nighttime routine, and then whatever it is that's happening in the middle. So that's been something that's very helpful for me. I personally have dealt with a lot of chronic health issues over the past few years. So finding rest and sleep so that I can perform at my highest is of the utmost priority for me, regardless of all the millions of things I have going on. If I don't get enough sleep, I'm not going to perform at my highest. I'm probably
Yeah.
also going to be like a little bit cranky for everybody else around. And my health's going to deter from it too. So, for me, it's been helpful to set a boundary at night. Like, okay, I sometimes obviously it's not like this every single day, but for the majority, I'm going to really try to stop working at this time. And my goal is to be in bed off my phone on the nightstand, like just horizontal laying down at this time, and
Yes.
then get at least X amount of hours of sleep and set my alarm. Because once the phone's away, it's easier for you to be more inset and tuned to yourself to actually follow asleep. So I've like read studies and things like that you're supposed to like be away
That's
from your
true.
phone for a
For a
specific
certain
amount
period of
of time.
time.
Yeah. So I've really tried doing that. And anything, there's not going to be anything that important that really can't wait until the morning. If
That's
it's 10
true.
p.m. at night,
That's
like who really needs you at 10 p.m. at night? You know, unless you're like in the medical field or first responder or something, there's probably not something too pressing that's going to need your attention at that time. So it
That's
can wait till the
so
morning.
good.
So also like
yeah.
learning your priority list too, like
Yeah.
what needs to take precedence over something that can wait till the next day.
Yeah, I want
Yeah,
to
I
add to
agree.
that because you're right. Like, it reminds me, like, when we first get saved, we're like super on fire. We're chasing after God. We want to do all the things, serving here, serving there. But as you mature, you start to realize and discern that you don't need to be a part of everything. You don't need to respond to everything right away. So in business, it's like 10 p.m., that email can wait until tomorrow. That client can wait to get a response tomorrow. Like, get some rest, wind down and just, get your routine going. So definitely agree with that. There's nothing that pressing that needs your attention late at night when you should be, getting ready for
Yeah,
sleep. So,
Mhm.
agree.
Absolutely.
next question, how do you manage your schedule effectively while building a business? I guess that kind of plays into what we just said.
Yeah,
Definitely,
wow,
yeah.
that's a different person. So it just sometimes in my coaching sessions, in my one-on-ones, a lot of questions I get are like, what should I be doing?
Mm,
I get that question a lot. Like, what should I be doing? What should I be focusing on? Especially
Mhm.
when you're talking to a lot of first time, let me put my charger in here. When you're talking to a lot of first time entrepreneurs that may not quite understand, like where their focus should be. I recently did a post that shared a young lady that I follow in her podcast talking about the importance of being in the right meetings. There's only 24 hours in a day. And so we don't need more time. We need to be using our time efficiently. And so she was just sharing how the meetings that we need to be in are areas where there's bottlenecks and we're the only
mhm,
ones that can make those decisions.
mhm,
Um, Being able to expand the vision, share vision, expand the business, and I had comments underneath the post, and one young lady had shared, and this morning I read it. She said something along the lines where, well, where I'm not there yet. It depends on your business and where you are in your business, and that just not being there and having to wear multiple hats and so on and so forth in her business, which I think to some degree you may start out having to do certain things, right? Like you figure things out and you'll start out in those areas, but you shouldn't stay there. That shouldn't be a long-term goal. And
Mhm.
my response to her is that in my years of coaching and being an entrepreneur, which I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years, I was literally born for this, right? But one of the things that I see that's very different that women tend to approach business differently is we don't really team up with um, partners. We don't really partner when we start. It's so many solopreneurs and they're calling themselves CEOs. But if you're a CEO, you have a CTO, right? You have a CMO. CEO of what? So it's like really having to sit and challenge how we step into entrepreneurship, honestly, and coming outside of the mindset of just doing it alone. Like then you're more moonlighting. You're more again solopreneur, just working with various subcontractors. And it's like, no, you have to have someone that is solely responsible to help you with staffing and talent. You have to have someone that's solely responsible for helping you with marketing, solely responsible for helping you, right? And so you guys can all come together, sit, speak, talk. And so I think that's very important. Like CO Chicks, we couldn't do CO Chicks without having a team, without having a functioning board. Like those are I think very very much a popular area of contention when it comes to talent, staffing, building the team. I think that's a huge topic and a huge challenge for a lot of people, honestly.
Yeah.
Big businesses and small.
100%. Yeah, I feel like it comes to a point where it's okay to know that you need help and to recognize like what areas of help you need. Because like you said, you can't physically wear every single hat and you don't have, the highest talent capabilities of every single position ever, it's just kind of impossible. So recognizing like what your strengths are and what faith you can put into someone else to take upon strengths of something else, to help build you and see that vision with you and be loyal alongside of you and do all those things. Because I mean, they say it takes a village, and it truly does.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely. I also think that comes with like increasing your identity to know, okay, if I'm going to be a CEO, I have to have a real business. I have to build a team. I need the support. Like Amazon isn't Amazon because of one person, right? It takes a
Yep.
team. And so I think as you see yourself as the person that you're supposed to become, it's going to be easier for you to be open to letting go of that control and letting people take over and delegating certain things to different people. So I think that your identity is super important when it comes to building a business because you have to believe that
100%.
you are called and qualified and worthy of
Yeah.
being in that chair and that position.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, like you want to make money. Some people think entrepreneurship is so glamorized. I get it. You know what I mean? The marketing looks good. It's cute. It's pretty. It's work, right? It's work. You got to deal with people. It will challenge your leadership skills. It will challenge your self-worth. It'll challenge your self-value. Like
Mhm.
you can have two different women providing the same service. One will say mine is worth six figures. The other one will be like, oh, 2,500, right?
Mhm.
What's the difference? The person.
Yep.
Mm.
The person makes the
Absolutely.
difference. And so I think one of the biggest things why CEO Chicks even exists is for that purpose. It's like, no, you need to understand that you can make multiple six figures in a business and you can be evaluated at so much more. And the reason why they have staffing issues is because they have pricing issues, and they have pricing issues because they have self-worth issues.
Yep.
Mm.
100%.
That's good.
Absolutely. I actually deal with that all the time with, for those of you who don't know, I co-own a talent agency, so I manage social media influencers. And we get so many new talent that come to us that say, I don't know what to charge, number one. And then we set, their rates and say, this is what the industry standard is with your platforms, all the things. And so many times they're shocked at like, wow, like I should have been charging that. I can charge that. And it's like, yes, absolutely. You should be charging that. But it always comes down to, like you just said, your self-worth and knowing what you bring to the table. Like I always present it as, think about the hours and hours behind the scenes that nobody sees online that you're putting into your content. The editing, the actual taking of the content, the planning. Like there's so much that goes behind the scenes of it that, maybe other people they don't realize, which that's totally fine. But you have to recognize that, because the quality of what you're putting out there is what you're charging for. And that's what the brands are going to get, is the quality and the exposure from everything that you're doing for them. So
100%. That's
1,000%.
awesome.
It's
Listen, I
deep, right?
can't, yeah, I can't wait to work with Bella.
Well, I got
Okay,
you.
last question. I think this is a good place to talk about AI because the person wants to know, how do you guys stay organized this time of year?
hmm
Mm,
Oh man, and if you don't use AI, you can just use a good old calendar like Google Calendar. If it's not on my calendar, it
it's
doesn't
not
exist.
happening. Yep.
It doesn't exist.
Same.
We have a shared home calendar with my husband and my boys. I
Okay.
have a shared the staffing calendar with CEO Chicks and my agency. So you guys know FISA. So FISA takes care of my calendar. Liba takes care of all of the digital stuff. And yeah, AI is just great time saver for creating certain post ideation, content creation, sales copy. You can put some of your best work in a doc and put it in there and ask it to kind of start helping you create more content and posts and stuff like that. But so that's a good time saver. But organization, it really starts from, again, we really gonna have to do some more mental work, because I could wave a wand, and there's so many tools. There have been tools for generations at our
Mhm.
fingertips. And if you're not using them, you have to ask yourself why. Where's the
Mhm.
disconnect? It comes down to your way of thinking. Why,
Mhm.
like, I don't have time to learn anything new. Okay, well then stay stuck. I don't know, I don't know what else to tell you. Because you have to learn, you have to get out your comfort zone. You have to figure out what technology has and what it affords you. If I didn't take on the challenge to learn AI in 2022, I don't know what would have happened as far as my brand goes, because it's been such a huge
Mhm.
keys to the brand, my voice getting out there, because I'm like, guys, we have to use AI. We can't demonize it because you don't
Mhm.
understand it. It's
Yep.
here. It's not going anywhere. It's
Yep.
like the internet. It's like the cell phone, the smart devices. They're not going anywhere. So you have to embrace it and figure out how you can leverage it. And the same post that I shared, I just decided to record it on a content day. I shared it before. I shared it multiple times. I shared it from stage, the prompt, everything. But then I recorded it during a content day, and it went viral. And I created a product from it. I said, okay, they really want more of this, so let me create more. So yeah, it's just use the tools that you have.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like when
Definitely.
you said like mindset, because for me, that's really what it was. I had to change my mindset. In order for me to grow, I have to get organized. Like, you
Yep.
can't do messy business. Like,
Hmm.
from the bottom up, it has to be organized. And so, like
Yep.
you said, those tools, I'm old school. I still write things down. I love my Google Calendar. Like,
Same.
I like the simple things, but
Oh, my
I
notebook's
also
over there. Yeah,
love
I was
when I
gonna get my
see.
notebook because that's
I have my
every day.
notebook, yeah, literally right here.
But also love the new tools. Like, I think
Hmm.
it's awesome that there are easier ways for us to do things and to execute on our business. So yeah. What about you, Bella?
I was going to say, I mean, totally agreeing to kind of bounce off of all of that. I feel like you're a product of your own like physical environment too. So not only just organized in your systems and how your back end looks of what you're doing there, but like your physical space that you're in. Like if I'm sitting at my desk and there's like a million papers and all these things, my mind is going to be all over the place solely because I'm looking at that. So, first, clean up your physical space, make sure that's cleared and good to go. And then your back end should look the exact same. That's something that me and my team are working on right now very heavily over these next few weeks before the new year hits, is making sure that we are organized, clean, systems are good to go for the new year so that we're not scrambling at the beginning. And
Yeah.
it's just kind of a revamp of what was already done. And then just making sure that, again, going into the AI stuff, like we are in a world where things are ever changing and we have to move with the flow. And if you don't move with the flow, that's when you're going to get left behind.
Mhm.
So the businesses that bring on these new ideas and these new things that are happening and embrace them and take the time to learn them are the ones that are going to thrive and continue to move forward. So yeah, of course, it's nerve wracking. It's always a little nerve wracking to learn new things and not really know about it, but it
Mhm.
will only help push your business further and help you to grow. So definitely embrace all the new things, and so many new AI things I'm sure are coming in 2026 too. We already know.
Pick one. Pick
So get
one.
ready for it. Get
Yes.
ready for
Yeah,
Yes.
but
Download.
you gotta pick one and just kind of deep dive. Maybe a
Yeah,
top three. You
definitely.
know.
Yeah, and be open too. Like, be open to knowing that you might not like this system and you might have to learn something else. Like, not
Exactly.
everything is for everyone, so you really have to be open-minded. But shout out to the people who are willing to learn, because AI is definitely the future. Like, we have to be open and willing. So, there's a
Absolutely.
question in the chat. Someone says that I want to become an entrepreneur. Now I am currently working a job in a freelancing. Can you give me some tips on how to become like a full-time entrepreneur. I'm not yet. I've done it before, but I went back to to work, and so I'm doing a little bit of both. But Colleen, you've been doing it for 25 years. Bella, you've been doing it for some years too. What are some tips that you would give someone to, transition?
Yeah.
Practical tips.
Yeah, my oldest is 25 or 26, I forget. And he embarked on the entrepreneurship journey, was working on staff with me, started his own company, and is now doing, video work. And he focuses on entertainment, live events, music, arts. And I remember some years ago, he was like, "When do you know it's time to leave the job?" Number one, the job you talking about is your mama. let's just let's just
Let's talk about that.
let's just let that sink in. All of those parents on here, it's a beautiful thing though. I'm not mad. I can't be mad. It's my child, and he's like his mother, so he's like, when do I get to not work with you and for you, right? And I said, well, it's time to leave your job when it's preventing you from making money, right?
Mm.
When the job begins to prevent you from making money, then it's time. But there is just always going to be this awkward period where you are having to work both. You're just going to have to make sure you do your best to take care of yourself, and you have your optimal like health, because you're going to work longer days. You're going to have the extra time and hours to work on the business. In fact, your actual job is helping to invest likely into the business. And so one of the things I would tell you is start looking for people you can rely on, that can help you. And it depends. Can she tell us what industry
Digital
she's in?
marketing, digital marketing online.
Yeah. So, oh man, those are one of the easiest to grow actually, because it is online,
Mhm.
and it's not an actual brick and mortar. And so you just have to kind of start putting yourself out there. Businesses and sales is a numbers game. And so how many people can you pitch to, and how many people can you close? And so you just have to have a sales process. You can team up with someone good at sales that will you can just split commission with that person. But you also want to make sure it's worth their while. A lot of people that do sales and will partner with you for commission, they have to make a certain amount of money. They want a good product to represent in the marketplace. And a lot of times digital marketing packages are really, really good, especially if you're doing, I'm just thinking of some stuff right now, from SEO, social media management, content creation. Um,
Graphic design,
right,
Yeah,
right.
so much.
Correct. That falls
websites.
under that falls under content creation, scheduling posts, engaging for them. So these packages can be as large as 5,000 a month, right? So someone that is selling that finds that's how I would do it. If I were in that person's position, I would find somebody to help with sales right away. And then whoever you have on the fulfillment side that's helping you fulfill the packages, make sure you have something flowing. I would look for people that are already in the industry full time, not another person that is working part time. And I would really start to work the business that way. And then before you know it, it should be really making money. Like I said, before you make the full leap, you're stacking your chips, you're stacking your money. Make sure you have a year's worth of income, um, for your bills, right? You can pay your bills for the year, and then you're ready to make that leap. And that is faith. I will
Hmm.
repeat, and that is
100%.
faith, because sometimes people tend to think, I said this on our prayer call, that faith is blind, but it's not.
Mm-mm.
It's
Hmm.
not. God loves to give us a blueprint. God loves to give us a plan. He loves to give us strategy. He loves us to spend time with him so that we can hear different downloads. He will give you what those next steps are. And this is wisdom. This is wisdom. So I pray you take it. It scares me sometimes when I hear people say God told me to quit and then they just quit. I was talking to a young lady the other day that did that. And I'm not going to fault you. I can't correct you. You're already out, but now you're selling teddy bears, and it has absolutely nothing to do with what you're called to do. Something in between there is off, because when God gives you vision, he also gives provision, and something in there was lost, right? Sometimes we get ahead of God and we need to work with him. So I just hope you can heed that advice.
So
I
my
love that.
question to you, Colleen, would be, what's the blind part? Would that be like the hiccups, the challenges, the things that might come up that we don't we can't foresee? Would that be the blind part of faith?
Oh, that's life, not the blind part of faith. There's no blind part of faith. It's just life. Like there are, it rains on the just and the unjust. There will be times where things are difficult, things are hard, and the faith is trusting and in God who got you through before, he'll
Yeah.
get you through again. I think sometimes we over spiritualize just faith in general. Faith is trusting and hoping in God, hoping in his word, being able to look at someone else that believed God through their process. When God spoke to me about leaving my job, and moving out of the beauty industry, I was like, okay, what does that look like? Begin to give me insight of what that looks like. Let my mind be able to conceive this word, this impartation I just received. Because if my mind doesn't receive it, the scriptures say, beloved, I wish above all things you'll prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. Your soul is your mind, your will, and your intellect. And
Mhm.
if your mind, will, and intellect can't conceive what God is saying, don't move.
Mm.
Don't move yet. The faith is still taking the action, right? I love how Creflo had put it years ago. Very practical. If you are dealing with sight issues and blindness, for example, and you're believing God to heal your eyes, you by faith every morning you say, I believe I receive 2020 vision. You look, you don't have 2020 vision, put your glasses on. Put your glasses on. Don't go get behind the wheel of a car and say, by faith, I'm driving, but I can't see right now. That is not wisdom. That's not what faith is. Faith is believing you receive it and you're waiting for it to manifest. And then you begin to testify, I no longer need to wear glasses because today I received my sight. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
It doesn't mean you stop going to see the doctors. It doesn't mean you stop taking the medication. It doesn't mean you stop, believing God to conceive a child. So imagine you believe God that you'll conceive a child and you just stop having sex. Well, God said, I'm going to receive a child. So, okay, well, you have to do the act.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? It's almost like sometimes we lose the
You can't
practical
just
wisdom.
stop the stuff in between to get to the
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Exactly.
The faith does come with corresponding actions. The
Mhm.
day
Yeah.
that you will come for you to quit your job, the day will come for you to actually walk away. But the Bible says that while the earth remains, so will seed, time, and harvest. A lot
Mm.
of times we don't that means that's taking time. Right. It's already done, but we have to still walk it out on this side of heaven. And
Mm,
so I think we just need more practical teaching.
Yeah, I think so
definitely.
too. I think we got to get back to the basics. We got to get
Yes,
back to the basics. So that's good. Someone
definitely.
said this is so good. Thank you guys. Thank you. We
Yay.
appreciate you
I'm
for
not seeing
tuning in.
comments. I'm not seeing anything. I don't know
Oh,
why.
yeah, I'm looking at them. So many people have joined in, and this has been so
Mhm.
good. Do you guys have like any last words for people, on ending your year soft?
I'll let Bella take it from here.
I would just say that I know, obviously, being real, this time of year is very chaotic. There's so much going on business wise and personal wise. I know it can induce a lot of stress for a lot of people. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that not everybody is seeing what you're seeing. So just remember to be kind to yourself. Remember to take the moments where you need to step back, take a few hours to be there for yourself so that you can show up for other people. Remember that this too shall pass and everything will get through to the other side. And just remember that, we're going into a new year. So really take the reflection to ask yourself what you want coming into this new year and what kind of person you want to leave 2025 with and go into 2026, and really just be intentional and in tune with yourself. Leave the outside noise behind. Everybody's going to have their opinions about everything, but you know yourself better than anyone. You wake up and go to bed with just you. So do what you're supposed to do and just leave the end of this year knowing that you did everything that you could to show up for yourself and the others that need you.
Bella is amazing. We love you, Bella. We love you, girl. That was like a whole sermon, book, everything. I love that. That's awesome. That
Be
encourages
free.
you. Yes, that
Be
encourages
free.
you.
Yes.
Be
Yes.
free. Be free. I think that is so beautiful. Rest in that. What she said. Ditto.
Yeah, same. That was amazing. Well, you guys, if you're not already following, we've had a couple of follows so far on this live. So thank you for following us. If you followed, definitely connect with us, engage with our
Yes.
content. We have a whole community of women just like me, just like Bella, just like Colleen, who would love to connect with you. We're growing together, learning together, building businesses together. We are walking in faith together. It's amazing over here. You definitely want to sit with us, and you're welcome to sit with us. We have
We have a
merch.
code, right? Can they use code Dominate? It should
Um,
be live.
okay, dominate, dominate.
Mhm.
Use code dominate, okay, if you want a little discount when you join. And then look at our merch. We just dropped some new merch.
Yes.
Kalina's wearing some. You're
I
gonna be
just
seeing
ordered
some
it
more
in
of that.
black too. I just ordered it in black.
Okay, so we'll
So
be
Also,
seeing that.
and a
cute.
portion of the proceeds go right back to our organization. We're working on some cool stuff for 2026 so that we can invest back into the women in our community. Our cohort, 6 months to six figures, will be coming out yet again next year. So we're so excited. We
Yes.
are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. You can always donate or join, but that's what we do here. We're just raising capital so we can pour back education and funding and amazing experiences back into our community. So thanks for being with us.
Thank you
Yes, thank you guys. Have
guys.
an amazing day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.